So my flight was cancelled and I have 8 hours to kill. So what I decided to do was to sign up for like a drop-in class at the closest hotel near Oslo airport, and I'll do a workout. The only problem is that I'm not wearing workout clothes, so this is what I'm wearing. It doesn't really matter. The only thing, I'll try not to sweat, so this will be a workout that you can do like even in your lunch break, because you won't sweat, you'll just get a little bit of a burn. So I decided to film it, and I hope that you will do it with me. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start in tabletop. Start with just lifting one leg up and down. And here we are focusing on the glutes, so make sure that your belly button is towards your spine. And think activate instead of lifting. So you want to really activate with your glutes. And we're gonna hold it and tilt your hips back so that you feel it more in the standing leg. Keep lifting your leg up and down. So the more you tilt your hips backwards, the more you will feel it in the standing leg as well. All right, 2 and 1. We're gonna hold it, bend the leg. You want to keep the heel up towards the roof, so pulsing up, up, and same thing here with the back. You want to keep your back straight so that you don't fall into the lower back. Keep activating the core, straighten the leg, and you want to rotate the foot so it's in line with the floor. So we are just targeting a different part of the glutes. And really try to straighten your leg here. And we're gonna go for 2 and 1. Hold it here. Put the opposite elbow down, and you want to keep lifting. Tilt your hips towards the side. So the more you tilt your hips, the more you will feel it in your standing leg as well. Try to really straighten the leg, lift as high as you can, and try to not move your upper body. The only thing that's moving is your leg, up and down. Okay, you're gonna bend the leg, cross it over, and kick it up. Bend the leg, cross it over, and kick it up. Bend the leg, cross it over, kick it high, straighten the leg. I'm really lifting it high. I know it's probably burning right now. That's what we want. Keep that belly button towards the spine. We're gonna go for 2. And last one. Hold it here. Okay, one more. I was kidding. One more. Hold it here. Alright, gonna hold it high. Take the knee towards the shoulder and kick it high. Kick it high. Knee towards the shoulder, kick it high. You want to really lift the leg up and try to keep the knee as high as possible. I know it's burning. I know you can do it. Keep on going. And you really want to feel it in your glutes right now. Go and tilt over to the side. Try to put your knee under your hip, your hand under your shoulder, and lift the leg up as high as the hip, or at least try to. Yep, and now it's burning. Try to keep your leg straight. Point the toe, and you want to make a little circle. And here it's really important to keep that back straight. I'm really keeping it straight. Go. And hold it high for 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes. Really rock out the spine, sit back. Do what feels good, really straighten and come back. And we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, so other leg. Straighten it out, find a straight spine. So find that middle point where your belly button is towards the spine. Keep lifting up and down, up and down. And same thing here, don't really focus on how high you can lift. Just keep focusing on that activation, that glute activation. And what usually happens here is that people tend to fall into their lower back. So you can see that their back kind of falls down. You don't want that to happen. We want a straight back. And then we're going to tilt the hip backwards and keep lifting the leg up and down. So the more you tilt your hips backwards, the more you will feel it in the standing leg. Just up and down. So pretend that you're a table and you don't want anything to fall off that table. All right, bend the leg, flex the foot, and keep lifting up and down, up and down. Make sure that you have not fallen into your lower back, that you are activated, your T-zone is switched on. Really flex that foot, and we're going to straighten the leg, rotate the whole leg so that the inner side of your foot is parallel to the floor. And keep lifting up and down here. So what we're doing here is that we're just getting into a different angle of the muscle. So we're activating more the glute medius and minimus, as well as the maximus, glute max. So up and down, bend the opposite arm and lift high, up and down, up and down. You want to hold a little bit on top. So you want to lift high and down, controlling the movement the whole way, up and down. Belly button in, you don't want your upper body to move at all. Bending the leg and straighten it out. Bending the leg and really stretch it high up and back. So really straighten it and kick backwards a little bit. Trying to keep the knee high. Really lifting, come on, I know this is a hard movement, so just keep on going. If you feel the burn, then you know you're at the right place. This is where you want to be. Yeah, all right. Straighten the arm, come over to the side. I'm going to show you from the front now, so just hand directly underneath the shoulder, keep lifting up and down, up and down. Really straighten that leg and make sure that it's in the line with the rest of your body. And point the toes, make a little baby circle. I know it's burning right now. Try to not move your upper body, really activate your core. Circle other way. Keep going. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, and shake it out. Stretch backwards, just shake it out. And come over into this frog position, or in malasana as we call it in yoga. All right, we're gonna lift the hips up and down, up and down. You don't want to be lifting higher than your knees, so just lift
as high as your knees, and then come down. Up and down. So we want to hold it on the top. Hold it and down. Hold and down. Lift high for 2, 1, and down. 2, 1, and down, and then keep going up and down, up and down. I know this one is a hard one, so just keep going. Burn it out here, burn out the glutes. And we're gonna hold, hold, hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, shake it out a little bit. Good job. So now we're coming over to the core, the abs, the T-zone. So bend the legs and place them straight over your hips. And we're going to start with some pilates crunches. So you want to keep that neutral spine and just keep dragging your belly button towards your spine. So exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. So here I want you to focus on really activating the lower abdominals. So the normal crunching that we usually do, try to forget that and try to really activate and dragging the belly button in. Exhale and inhale. I explain this more in my T-zone activation video that you can look at if you want to. Alright, so now we're just going to take one leg out to the side and back to center. Out to the side and exhale back to center. Inhale out and exhale back to center. And you only want to move one leg at a time. What tends to happen is that the other legs start going in the opposite direction to compensate. So we don't want that. Your hips should be nice and stable. Really focus on your breath. T-zone. Yeah, here I'm even showing straight hips. And then straighten one leg. Start making a baby circle with that toe. You can even see that my T-zone is shaking. So it's all about really activating, really dragging that belly button in. Only thing that's moving is your leg. Alright, opposite leg, straighten, and then baby circle. You can also do this with the bent leg if you want to. If you find that the other leg keeps moving a little bit or that your hips are moving. Try to relax your shoulders and your neck. Yeah, so for me, this is burning right now. If you do this right, you should feel it in your lower stomach. Yeah, that T-zone. Transversus abdominis. Alright. Back into a tabletop with the knees. Exhale, we're going into imprint. Inhale back, and we're going to hold the imprint, straighten one leg at a time. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up, keeping that imprint. It does not matter how far you straighten the leg, as long as you keep your imprint. That's key, okay? So we want to focus on the imprint. Imprint is when your lower back is imprinted into the mat. Inhale and exhale on the way up. Inhale and exhale on the way up. Bending the legs, shake it out a little bit. Hands behind the head. Press the knees together, and we're going into obliques. Exhale over, inhale down. Thinking armpit to knee, not elbow to knee. So really focusing on that core. Exhale and inhale back down. Exhale, inhale back down. Okay, really press your knees together. Think from side to side. Alright, if you want to go further, you can bend the legs, place them in tabletop, And just keep going here. Obliques are the muscles that's on the side. Yeah, so really think of the muscles that you're using. That usually helps me when I think about the muscles that I am going to activate. Keep pressing your knees together. You don't want your knees to be rocking. If you want to keep going, straighten the opposite leg, twist over to the bent leg. So exhale, inhale back down. Exhale, same thing here. Your hips should not be rocking. And try to keep your knees over your hips. So don't make them come further towards you. And keep your imprint, and you want to do this with control, so we're working the whole time. Good job. Give your legs a little hug and then straighten them up towards the roof. Grab a hold of the ankle or the knee. Make sure that what's holding you up here is your core and scissors. So just dragging one leg towards you with control the whole time. Yeah. So we're stretching the hamstrings as well as we're working the core. So we're doing it with purpose. Don't just throw your legs back and forth. And then keep it up here. Keep going with the legs. Try to keep them straight. And keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And give your legs a little hug. Okay, bend the legs. Keep your hips stable. They should not be rocking at all. One and one knee out to the side. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale. Exhale on the way up. Really focusing on that core. Inhale and exhale. I love doing this exercise, this activation exercise, after I've done a hard one. It just helps me coming back to that core, that center. Alright, coming back into tabletop. Imprint, neutral. Imprint, neutral. Imprint. Keep pressing that belly button down into the floor. And you can see my knees, they're not moving towards me at all. The only thing that's moving is my back. Going from imprint to neutral. Yeah, this is much harder than it looks. If you get this right, you'll feel it shaking, I promise you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, come all the way up and stretch it out. Alright, sitting back, really press your shoulder blades together. Open up the chest. Rotate the leg, the whole leg, so that the inside of your leg is looking or pointing up towards the roof. And you just want to get the leg from the side and back to center, to the side I mean. Exhale and inhale. Just moving it. So what we're doing here is that we are stretching out the front, our chest, and we are working the T-zone, and we are also working the adductors, the inner thighs. Yeah, you're gonna lift up and down, up and down. Exhale, inhale. This is hard. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Just keep lifting up and down, back, and just give it a little shake. Other leg. So really rotate the whole leg, not just the foot, but the whole leg is moving out to the side. So bring it back out to the side and back to center. Back to the side and back to center. Keep pressing your shoulder blades together to open up your chest here. Keep looking forward, or if you want to, you can also look down on your stomach. Tends to help me actually. It reminds me that I have to activate the core, the T-zone. Alright, holding it out here and just lift up and down, up and down, up and down. Keep breathing, up and down, small movement, T-zone is active. Every time you exhale, really drag that belly button towards the stomach, and now you can shake it out a little bit. Good job. Grab a hold of your feet, stretch it out a little bit, stretch out the inner thighs. And then you want to try to straighten the legs. You can either hold behind your knees or around your toes here. So try to roll back and come back to center and stretch it out again. We'll do it one more time. Straighten the legs and then curl your spine, rolling back, coming up, and straighten the legs. See if you can find the balance without touching the feet to the floor. Alright, do it one more time. Straighten, press the feet together here. Try to let the feet go and balance. Yeah, try to keep that back straight. If you can, straighten your knees. You can also bend your knees here, really holding it and then rolling back into the floor. And do it one more time, holding it here and then crossing the legs and jumping back onto the stomach. Really straighten out, stretch out the front, and then maybe rock your head from side to side. And if you want to, you can come all the way up. If you feel this in your lower back, just keep your elbows bent. And then coming all the way into downward facing dog, bringing one leg to the front, back leg down, really stretching out the hamstrings, the glutes, and then placing the hands down, going back into downward facing dog, and then the other side. Good, so just after working the glutes, really try to stretching them out. And then give yourself an applause. Amazing. Good job.